Welcome to Uncovering My Voice, the Christian talk show where we listen to your story. So today we're here, season 2 of Uncovering My Voice. Yes. All right. Now today we have a very, very important topic that you don't want to miss. So today we're talking about wholeness, wellness, mind, body, and soul. So today we're going to be diving into the 3 pillars that make for a healthy lifestyle. And as you can see, I have on my panel 3 beautiful people who are waiting to share with you some of the myths, some of the challenges, and some of the benefits of practicing a healthy lifestyle. All right, so now we're going to start by talking to Garfield. So Garfield is going to launch us off today with diet. Garfield. Who is Garfield?
I'm someone who's always wanted to bring about great change in the world. And I found that one way to do this is by helping people to become healthier. And as a Christian, I know that if we are healthier, we can carry out the gospel commission more effectively.
I love it. All right, so that's Garfield. He's going to be talking to us about diet today. But before we dig into Garfield's topic, I'm going to introduce, sitting right next to Garfield, is a beautiful lady. Garfield, do you know her?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Well, I was fortunate enough to marry her 25 years ago.
That's right. Right? So, thank you very much, the husband and wife duo. They are here today to set us straight as regards to our health. So, who is this beautiful lady?
Okay, so Corinne, I'd like to thank you for having us at the inaugural event of having a show in front of a live audience, we feel really honored. So
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you. So I am a health promoter. I have a master of
What's your name?
It's Jewel Baily.
Jewel
Baily. Yes. I have a master of public health in health promotion, and I have been working in the area of mental health promotion for the last 8 years.
Right.
I am an exercise enthusiast. I love exercising, and my goal is all about working with people so that they can live a lifestyle of optimum health.
Okay. So we have Garfield, who is going to be talking about diet, and then we have Jewel, his wife, and she's going to be focusing on exercise among other things. And right next to me here, I have another cool guy. Look at him. Woo! I wonder who he is. Who are you?
Well, Corinne, I'm delighted to be on your show today.
Thank you so much.
First of all, I'm passionate about people and purpose.
Okay.
I am a professional speaker, life coach, and psychotherapist. I hold master's degree in psychology. I hold a doctorate in marriage and family. And could you believe it? I'm pursuing my 2nd doctorate in performance psychology.
Ooh.
So for years, I've been a student of motivation and human behavior and psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Dr. Floyd Spence, who is also Pastor Floyd Spence. So I met him first as a pastor, and he is now going into his other love area, which is psychosocial therapy. So he's a psychosocial therapist. So let's go back over to Garfield. Garfield, have you always been a health enthusiast? And if not, when did this start? When did this come about?
I've always been interested in exercise, and that when I was in my teens and so on was the thing. I always figured that I could exercise my way out of anything,
right.
And I did a few times.
Exercise your way out of something?
Yes, I remember.
You might want to explain that to us.
Okay, one day I was supposed to go to judo practice, and I had a really serious fever. I was aching all over. I was probably about 17. And I didn't want to go. And I thought, you know what, just man up and go. We went. And it might have been coincidence, or it might have been all in my head. But that day we had to go running. We had to do a whole lot of push-ups. And then we had a whole lot of grappling exercises. When I was changing at the dojo to come back home, I felt fine.
Okay.
It wasn't until I was almost home that I realized, weren't you sick before you left?
Right.
It was gone. Fever
Okay.
was gone because my body temperature had gone up so much.
Yes.
It aided the fever in doing its work.
Okay. So you are here to talk to us about having a healthy diet in our lifestyle, right? But most of us here, all of us here, because Pastor Spence is also a pastor in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and you guys are Seventh-day Adventists as well, and so am I. So we often talk about health in our church, but it's something that a large percentage of our membership struggles with, including myself. And then when we hear about healthy lifestyle and diet, we right away start thinking tofu and veggie meat and soy milk. Is that what you're here to tell us about today, Garfield?
To a small degree. But my focus is on a whole food approach.
Whole food.
Yes. Either without processed food or as little processed food as possible. Anything that's processed should be processed in your house or in the house of the person who's bringing it to the potluck.
Well,
in a
since you
factory.
talked about processed food, let me give the audience a little bit of a statistics that I have here. And it says, what we eat plays a significant role in our physical and mental health. Poor diet is linked to a range of health issues from heart disease to diabetes and even mental health. For instance, a diet high in processed foods can increase the risk of depression by 60%. So I'm glad you touched on processed food there, because it's a big thing in this generation and it's this age where everything we whip out a can or whip out a juice that's on in our cupboard for like 3 years, you know. And so just tell us more about that.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that percentage, 60%, because in North America, Canada, and the US, and in England, the stats are almost identical.
Yes.
Roughly 60% of the average diet comes from processed, ultra-processed food.
Ultra processed.
Yes.
Okay, so there's processed and there's ultra processed.
Yes.
That means it has no good to our bodies.
No, and no resemblance to
The
the thing
original.
that it's supposed to be.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give you a couple of examples. So a whole food is the food that you find in the produce section, right?
Right.
We all know the produce section. You've got your greens, your vegetables, your root crops, etc. And they're whole. You can see it and you can know, oh, that's broccoli, and that's kale, that's yellow yam, and that's some celery, right? Or you can look at beans and you know these are kidney beans, these are red beans that we like in our peas and rice and so on. Then you have food that is processed. You mentioned tofu.
Yes.
Tofu is a minimally processed food. Tofu, you take soybeans. Now you can tofu a lot of other things.
Okay.
You take soybeans, you grind them, you make them into milk.
Okay.
Then you separate that milk. You can use a chemical or you can use lemon juice.
Okay.
And just like cow's milk, when the milk spoils, it's a separation of the curds and whey. You take out the curds
And
from
the tofu.
right. That's pressed.
So it's a
and
spoiled thing we're eating.
it's separated, yes.
And-
But then you have food that is ultra processed. And an easy one would be wheat flour. So you have the actual wheat berry that you can consume. You've got the whole grain flour,
Right.
whole wheat flour that we know
Right.
about. And then you've got white flour. And white flour has been stripped of everything that's useful. All the fiber is basically gone from it.
Yes.
All of the protein.
Yes.
all of the vitamin B, everything that's useful to us is gone. You're left just with
The
a
bleach.
carbohydrate. It's just glucose.
Yes.
It gets into your system and right away it floods into your blood.
Okay. So, what are you proposing that we stick to the plant base?
Yes, we do most of our shopping on the left side. Most supermarkets on the left, when you walk in, you've got the produce section.
Okay.
And
Did you ever notice that? Oh, I never noticed that. That's probably because I'm going right.
right. So, you know, there's a popular song where he says, to the left, to the left.
Yeah.
Right. So just think about that as you go into the supermarket.
That's why I don't go left.
Right. But the thing is that the stuff that's in the center of the supermarket, you'll notice that all the packages are brightly colored
Okay.
because they're trying to mimic what you see in this first section,
Oh.
right? You look at fruits and vegetables, and our eyes catch the colors, the bright reds and the bright brown purples, the greens, all of these things. And that's why humans have color vision,
Right.
because we need to know when something is ripe. We need to be excited by this color because we see red in the tomatoes and you get lycopene from that, right?
Right.
The colors in fruits and vegetables show what nutrients they have a lot of,
Oh, okay.
except for the green leafy vegetables. They've got just about everything.
Oh,
But you can just see a lot of green because of the amount of chlorophyll in them.
I like it. I like it. Jewel, tell us. You are an exercise enthusiast. How did this come about?
So, growing up as a child, my father was in the military. My father is a very tall person.
Oh, okay.
And he would always be exercising, sculpting his body, and I thought that really influenced me.
Yes.
And then I have a sister who is a nurse, and I was always with her. And her name is Shelly, and Shelly would take me exercising with her. When it was vacation Bible school, Shelly would be the health professional that will come in, and she'd talk about good posture, oral health, and how you can be healthy.
Yes.
So I felt that those influences really shaped my experience.
Yes.
And I have made several attempts to become a nurse, but then I made lots of detour because I don't want to do bedside nursing.
Yes.
And so after I got my son, I used to work as a journalist, got my son, and then I started to work with the Pan American Health Organization,
Oh.
WHO office in Guyana.
Okay.
Then I started to move
Oh,
into...
wait, are you from Guyana?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
Guyanese.
Are you from Guyana?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes,
I'm
we're
from
proud
Guyana.
Guyanese.
No, I'm not from Guyana, but I love Guyanese. I'm from Jamaica.
Yeah,
Sounds
Where you from?
amazing.
Jamaica.
I'm sorry you had to go there. Sorry. Okay.
Yes, and so I started to work with these international agencies, and I realized that the academic currency was to have this public health degree.
Okay.
And so I moved into public health, and I've just always been interested in health, promoting health, and I work in mental health promotion. And as we say, in mental health promotion, there's no health without mental health. You can't do nothing if your mental health is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Floyd is going to touch on that a little bit. But I want to ask you, as women, you and I, and a large portion of our audience, Christian women, that is, we have a problem when it comes to exercise, and especially when it comes to going to the gym and all of that. You find that a lot of Christian women don't actively go to the gym to exercise and so on. How can we bypass this fear or this situation and get involved, get our lives active with exercise and sleep and drinking water and that kind of thing? What can we do to make this change?
Right. I think I want to make the assumption that everyone wants to experience health.
Yes.
And I feel for any health behavior, we have to clarify what is the strong why. And as Seventh Adventists, we have been given the opportunity to have a unique health advantage.
Yes.
Because we have been given 8 principles of health that the world is now catching up with.
What are those?
So it's following a plant-based diet.
Okay.
It is exercising exercising daily, it's drinking adequate water, it's exposure to sunlight, breathing fresh air, getting into the trails and doing forest bathing, having fresh
some
air.
French there, my friend, because
Forest bathing, you're just walking and having that exchange with the
walking
oxygen.
where?
Okay, like we live near to a trail. Okay,
Oh.
so you want to go to the trail, you want to have rest, and of course, Pastor Spence is going to talk about it. T, the big T, trust in God, which is really about our mental wellness. So I feel that in anything we have to clarify what is your why. Why would I want to do this?
Okay.
And I feel when it comes to physical activity, getting into the gym, or you don't need to go to a gym. I feel that walking is one of the best exercises that you can do.
Okay.
If you want to go to a gym, pick an activity that you really like. Pick an activity that you really like. And I'll tell you an example. I remember when I started to go to the gym, I had an assessment with a personal trainer, and they did this body scan. I was 38 at the time. And when she did the scan, I was 10 years older biologically. My chronological age was 38, but my body was aging rapidly. So when we exercise, it really pumps the brakes on the aging process. We will die. We all know that we are mortal beings. We're sinful.
You're getting me scared, Jewel.
Right? But you want to pump the brakes on aging,
do.
go and exercise. Do your cardio. And even if you don't have an expensive gym membership, or Fit4Less is there, right? And I just want to say, one of the things that affect us in terms of our ability to engage in health behavior is our self-efficacy. The feeling that I have the competency to do something.
Right.
And like, we live in the world of information. So I bought these books. Garfield introduced me to this guy named Simeon Panda. His thing is Just Lift. And I bought this book. It's a women's strength training. And it tells you how to exercise every muscle, how you warm up, if you're looking for great glutes, what you need to do, everything. If you want to sculpt your body, your core, your butt, just get the books. It's called Delaware. And there is also the strength training anatomy workout for men. So it's really clarifying why. Find an activity that you like.
Can you hold it up so they can see the book?
Let me hold it up because I think we have a lot more women here. So this is called Delaware Strength Training. Right. And you won't be able to see everything. But if it is you want to
cover, so
it's called Women's Strength Training Anatomy. So it shows you the muscle. It shows you what exercises you need to do. So if you're into great back and you want a fabulous front or chiseled arms, and you know what, women, I must say this, that for us, we're not going to bulk up like the men, right?
No,
we don't have the testosterone
but
level.
we need to fix the front.
Yes, we need to fix the front. Yes. And it's also about functional movement. Like, we're getting older.
Let's see the men one as well.
Okay, so this is the men one, and it's a lot more intense. So it's Delaware. It's a strength training for men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's functional movement too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because as you get older, like, you want to reach.
Yes.
When you want to reach and get that stuff up in the cupboard, or you want to be able to pick up like those 2 bags when you come back from the store.
Yeah.
So it's how does it translate into my ability to move well and function well and be in control.
Yeah.
And that's something exercise does. It's like, I'm centered and so in control.
Yeah. We're going to go over to Dr. Spence in a minute. But before we do that, I want to ask you to speak to, when we spoke before, you talked about the importance of sleep and fresh air and drinking water, coupled with the exercise and so on. Can you talk to us about that? Because I think the area of sleep and water drinking is a problem for us.
Right. So health behaviors are reinforcing that when we start to do one, we tend to do the other. There is the golden 4, like from 10 to 2. We really want to be sleeping at that point because there is physiological sleep where the body is doing repairs. And there are a series of things that must be lined up, like 9 o'clock. there are things that are happening in the body in preparation for sleep. So when we don't go to bed at a good time, we compromise that. And then we have psychological sleep where our brain is doing repair, and that happens during our REM sleep. Now, we want to ensure that we're drinking water so that it is moving everything around. Most of us, all of us, it's like 75% of us, of the human body is water. So we want it to really carry all the processes. We want that to happen. The body will nourish itself inside first, and then as we drink excess and even do our smoothies, it will start to go on the outside. The skin will have the last of it. So you want to drink enough to take care of the inside, but you want to also have enough that it takes care of the skin. And of course, sunshine, building vitamin, getting our vitamin D so that we can get calcium and we don't succumb to all the things that come with vitamin D deficiency. So do you go to bed at 9:30? I go for 9:30, and I am very fierce about it when I get ready. Like, we had a meeting, and I said to you,
we did. We had a meeting.
Bedtime.
It was supposed to be at 9, and I did not get on at 9. And she sent me a text message saying, "I have a tight deadline for bed. It's 9:30."
Yeah. So I feel like there's something.
Garfield smiling. Okay.
Because we wake up early too, right? So I feel you have to be fiercely protective of those things, like guard it as much as possible.
Okay. Right. Did you know that nearly 1 in 5 adults in North America experience mental illness each year? 1 in 5. Right? So there's 4 of us up here. With one more, one of us will experience a mental health breakdown this year. That accounts for over 50 million people in North America. But despite the prevalence of mental health, the topic often remains taboo. Nobody wants to talk about mental health, Dr. Spence. And I tell you what, I'm from the Caribbean. And it wasn't before I came to Canada that mental health became a thing for me. Because back home, we don't talk about mental health. As a matter of fact, if you're depressed, we think you're mad. And we write you off, right? You're mad, you need to go to Bellevue, right? For those of us who are from Jamaica. And for you, a doctor, I should say a pastor, to move over into that realm of mental health wellness speaks volume. Please tell us, what made you make that switch over to, mental health and wellness, and how is that going for you?
Well, Corinne, that's a great question. Now, everything is psychology.
Yes.
The way how they stage the food inside the supermarket is psychology. So your greatest asset is your mental health.
That's right.
If you have great physical health and you don't have great mental health,
it's nothing.
It's nothing. As a matter of fact, when it comes to your mental health, it is very important. It's about 80% of your success in life. Most of my clients, including athletes, when we speak, the idea for them is to train 3 things. If you want to be at optimal levels, you train 3 things in life.
Right.
You train your craft. Whatever craft you're in,
yeah,
you train it, you do it well.
Right.
Train your body. Make sure you sleep. 9 o'clock, my phone shuts off. Nobody calls me. You can't get me. I'm gone to sleep.
Oh.
Get up at 5.
Oh. Well, now we know
Sleep.
the secret. We know the secret.
Sleep, diet, exercise. Train your body. But you have to train your mind. You have to protect your psychology.
Yes.
Now, why did I enter this field? I have been working as a pastor for many years.
Yes.
And a lot of the issues that were brought to my desk, I couldn't handle. Yeah, we would pray, but the issues are still there. Not that God is not working,
right,
but when we have a heart condition, we go to the cardiologist.
Right.
When we have other physical complaints, we go see the doctors. But when we have mental health issues, which is really the brain not functioning at optimal levels. So
Right.
neurochemicals may be not functioning the proper way. A lot of people see the mental health issue as something that, oh, you know what, it's not that important.
No, cuckoo,
Yeah.
lose a screw, now function. These are how we describe people, and it's very, yeah. Nobody wants to come forward and say I was feeling depressed because somebody's gonna say, not there.
Yeah.
You're just, yeah, snap,
Yeah.
snap out of it. These are how we treat people, right?
Yeah, but the truth is, it has a genesis. It has a beginning.
Right.
If you go back into scripture and you notice a lot of the demons that were being cast out of people back in the days. Now, in the early church, and even as we grow as religious bodies, people would attribute mental illness to demon possession.
Yes. Dopey.
Yeah.
Duppy de payo.
Yeah.
This is how we speak in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You come to me and you're not feeling well in your mind, and a obia, or is a duppy,
Yeah.
or is a demon, cast out the demon, but we never fix the problem.
Yeah. We have mental illness, just as how we have physical health issues. We also have mental issues that we need to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you find that I would say what percentage of your your patients are from the Christian environment? Do you find that Christians seek you out to get the help they need?
Years gone by, I would say no,
Mm-hmm.
but the numbers are increasing,
Okay.
especially since COVID.
Okay.
And a lot of people are having depressive episodes. A lot of people are having other issues with their mental health. So it's on the rise. However, the people within my faith community, I see less of them.
Yes.
Not that I don't want to see them, but they chose not to come to see me.
And I want to tell you something because, and I'm going to say this on camera. I'm supposed to go see Dr. Spence. Long time now. But I haven't gone. I don't know. Part of me is like fear. Another part of me is like embarrassed to come and tell you what's bothering me, right? So I don't know if it's the same with other members who are Christian. It's like the people outside are open to come to talk to you, but why am I not coming to see you?
Because, you see, mental health issue is a taboo
Yes.
among a lot of people. A lot of Christians feel as if you have a mental health problems, you're a weak Christian.
Yes.
But it takes a strong person to say, I have some issues I want to go sort out.
Okay.
I personally have my own therapist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So you're a therapist?
Yeah. Listen.
You're mad.
I learned this. And here's something to think about,
Yeah.
Corey. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far,
Go with some
go
company.
with somebody else.
Yeah.
An African proverb.
Okay.
And so even if you should just go in and get a checkup, there are so many things that are happening in the society.
Yes.
News, we are traumatized. There used to be a time when people, I worked in the Canadian Armed Forces as well, and I would see people coming in from Afghanistan and so forth with PTSD. They're traumatized
Yes.
because of what they see.
Yes.
Now in today's age, you don't have to go to the battlefield to see all of that.
Yeah.
You see it on TV, you see it on your phone.
Yeah.
So a lot of us are having PTSD and don't realize that we need to check in
Yeah.
and come and see somebody
It's
who
closer home.
It's closer home.
Yeah.
So mental health is really your most important health, and it's very important for us to look after our mind,
Yeah.
because everything is psychology.
I think also cost. I think cost is a big stopper of people wanting to even eat healthy, Garfield. Somebody wants to eat healthy, but I feel like the can of beans costs $1, but the real beans cost more money. And then you have to go home and cook it, right? It's already done in the can, right? So you just open it and voila. So do you feel like cost is a factor into why people can't realize this kind of lifestyle? Yeah. Yeah.
I think information and knowledge is the biggest factor.
Okay.
You compare the can of beans with a pack of beans. Okay,
Yeah.
a can of beans might be $1.
Yeah.
You can eat that once. A can of beans is almost like going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You pay all this extra money, and you eat once.
Right.
You go home, and tomorrow morning you got to make breakfast.
Yeah.
You buy a pack of beans for $4.
Mm-hmm.
You will get from that the equivalent of 5 or 6 cans, maybe
Okay.
even more.
Okay. And the
Um,
nutrients.
Precisely. Well, the nutrient value isn't really lost in the beans in the can. What happens sometimes in the can is that you have
The
added salt,
preservatives.
you have some preservatives.
Right.
Because remember that has to sit on the shelf.
Right.
Beans are dried. Seeds can last for ages.
Okay.
I'm sure if you go dig up some Pharaoh's tomb from
Yeah.
way back then and you find seeds,
Yes.
some of them might germinate still,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But the canned stuff, while not being necessarily bad, and it's easy to just wash out the beans in the can, you'll lose some of the extra sodium in it.
Right.
But if you cook beans, and it's interesting because when you cook beans, you don't really have to do anything. You soak them, you rinse them, you soak them, and then you take them and you throw them into a pot with water, or
Right.
if you do a pressure cooker, which is even easier.
Yes.
And the easiest is the instant pot. You leave it in the instant pot. I call it fix it and forget it. You push the button and you walk away, right?
Okay.
When you know how to cook, now let's do some comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the price of meat,
Mm-hmm.
meat costs
Oops.
are soaring.
Okay.
I am exceedingly happy, even though I like to experiment. So the cost of my plant-based diet is a bit higher than it should be. And looking at cost, so we've got a lot of people in the audience from the Caribbean.
All right.
And one of our staples is rice and peas. I like to say peas and rice because I think people should put a lot more peas in the rice.
That's how they say it in Guyana.
Yes.
Rice, beans and rice.
Um,
For the authentic people say rice and peas.
Right. But
I'm just kidding.
No, that's okay. But what I'm saying, why I specify peas and rice, because I want us to put more peas into the rice.
Oh, okay.
We actually did a presentation last evening, and one of the slides we looked at 100 grams of beef
Yes.
versus 100 grams of kidney beans.
Okay.
And the kidney beans won hands down. The only thing that the kidney beans couldn't compete with the beef with is cholesterol.
Okay.
Kidney beans had none. Cholesterol had, I think, 172
The beef had
grams.
100.
The beef,
Yes.
all right? Because you really don't have cholesterol in plant
Yes.
products.
Do we need cholesterol? Do we need to have it?
You do need cholesterol for a lot of functions,
Okay.
but we have a liver. The liver manufactures that. We don't need external cholesterol.
Oh.
That causes problems, and then we end up with sclerotic
Got it. Got it.
blood vessels and so on, and then we start losing energy. I try running up the steps, and I can't make it, and I've got this thing here with the elephant
Yes.
sitting on my chest, and
Right.
you know the progression. So the thing is that, so you have your peas and rice.
Yeah.
You've got frozen vegetables and
Right.
fruits. Those are actually picked and they're frozen, flash frozen, because that saves the producers money. Those vegetables and fruits that are frozen most often would not make it to market like the rest of them because these are very ripe.
Okay.
So you try trucking it around, it'll spoil.
Okay.
So it's a cost save for them, and we get to reap the benefits of that.
Okay.
All right? So you can start out with that sort of thing. You can try to get things when they're on sale,
Okay.
in season.
Okay.
You plan your budget and you plan what you're going to cook. You cook in big batches. At home, when we're going to make peas and rice,
Yes.
we won't cook. Let's say we need 2 cups of peas to cook.
Yes.
We probably do about 6 or 8 cups. We throw it
Oh.
all in the instant pot.
Yes.
We walk away, and then when it's done, we take the extras and we put into the freezer. So you keep things. You're able to save time, which is a lot of money, right? By just going into the freezer, you put the thing out, and then you make a stew with your peas or whatever it is.
Yes.
Of course, you also have the added benefits of reversing disease
Yes.
when you go plant-based.
Yes.
You get rid of when you stop consuming meat, and if you stop consuming processed food, you get rid of a lot of the inflammation that you get when
Okay.
your body is trying to deal with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Going all the way
But
back.
some people
to
will tell you that if they try to switch, that they get sick. Is that normal?
it is for some people. There are some people who need to go a little slowly.
Mm-hmm.
When Jewel and I went plant-based, we switched.
Overnight?
Yes. But it wasn't part of my plan to be plant-based until now. It was
Okay.
just supposed to be 6 weeks
Mhm.
until I stopped showing
Okay.
because I looked like I was ready for delivery for quite a while and it was not coming out. But then as
stopped
I
showing.
learned, right, my plan was going back to fish. And maybe we'll finish all that meat we had in the freezer.
Okay.
Right? But then as I learned, I realized this wasn't a good idea. Actually,
How long is this now?
This is since the beginning of 2021.
Okay.
So let's just concentrate on whole foods. And I'll classify meat as a whole food, right? Because you see a piece of beef, you know this came from a cow, right? Not bully beef, just regular beef in the supermarket. That goes
Bully
in.
beef don't come from the cow?
Yes, but
Oh.
bully beef,
What is processed?
and it has stuff from the cow that you would not normally eat.
Oh, Lord.
You don't want to know what's in bully beef. It tastes great. I used to love it. But the thing is, so you got bacteria that will consume beef
Okay.
and not do the most efficient job because our intestines are so long, right? If you were to take a human intestine and lay it out here and put the intestine of a tiger, right? So you get something that's comparable in size. A tiger's own would be, this is not exact and scientific, maybe 2-3 feet, and ours will go all the way to the end of the stage,
Oh.
right? So that meat has to pass through all of that. And so it starts to putrefy as it goes through. Then it sits in our colon. And this is why you see, you can look at the WHO's website. You'll see they speak about processed meat. This is the luncheon meats and so on, as type 1 carcinogens. They say if you're going to give your children sausages and so on, you might as well put a couple of cigarettes on their plate, right? And they look at red meat as a likely carcinogen, so that's a type 2, because it's been linked especially to the colon cancer. In the colon, when there's meat there, the bacteria produce something that's very harmful to us called trimethylamine. That goes through the liver, it becomes trimethylamine oxide, it creates problems in the brain. It's one of the things that they target when they're trying to get rid of Alzheimer's, right? It's also functional in the heart disease. The bacteria that consume plants give us lots of good things like short-chain fatty acids that help to limit inflammation and so on. And in our gut is produced about 80% of the happiness hormones that we produce.
Yes.
And that's from the bacteria that feeds on plants.
Okay.
And that's where it ties in with depression and all that. We eat a lot of processed food and plant food and animal food, like you were reading.
Yes.
Depression rates are higher.
Wow. Wow, Garfield, that was a lot. That was a lot of good information. Jewel, give us an idea of some of the simple exercises that we can start with in order to start to develop this attitude of exercise and so on.
So I think walking will always trump. It's a natural movement. It's something that is low barrier if it is that you are able-bodied.
Yes.
You can do it, go out and walk. It's warm now. So I
Yes.
think walking is one of the best exercises you can do.
Right.
There was such a proliferation of home videos during COVID.
Yes.
And you can find a lot of videos on YouTube that would show you exercises that wouldn't require equipment.
Okay.
So you can do your squats where you just stand up and you do
Yes.
squatting in the chair. You can do lunges. You can do overhead presses with maybe 2 cans. So you can start with very basic things and always start with something that you like. I think all of us must have some physical activity that we like, because if you like it, you will definitely engage in the practice.
Wow. Thank you so much. Dr. Spence, So tell us, you have a very active practice for psychotherapy. Tell us about that, and where can we find you? And
Yeah.
if we want to see you, is there a cost to this? And tell us all about that.
So the outcome that I help my clients get is to live their best life.
Right.
Their best life. Right. So all that was you heard over here, plus the mind, because there's a mind-body connection. So when you see me, I'm not just talking only about the issue that you brought in, but I'm also looking for what led to that issue in the first place.
Okay.
And so we go a little deeper. So my practice, I give discounts to people of faith, and so
Ooh.
anywhere between 10 to 15% people of faith. If you want to see me, you could find me at www.floydspence.com.
Right, we're going to put this on the screen.
So that's floydspence.com.
Right.
You can send me an email, info@floydspence.com.
Right.
And I'll be more than delighted to reach out to you and to help you live that best life.
Okay.
But always remember that everything is psychology.
All right. We have a gift. We have a gift to give out. So come up with your question for the gift. We have two gifts, 2 books from Dr. Spence. But before we go, Garfield, if somebody wants to reach out to you to get some information, because you shared quite a wealth of information with us, you and Jewel, and they're a duo, so I guess we can, get the information, whether 2 of you or separately or or together. How can we find you?
Easiest way, because I'm bad with my email, just send me a text, preferably on WhatsApp.
Okay. So we'll put your number there?
Yes, sure.
We'll put your number. Watch this. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. What's your question for this giveaway? Dr. Spence, where's your book?
Got it right here. So I'm author of 2 books. The third one is in the working. Hopefully I can get it as a bestseller.
Okay.
So who do I give this to?
You have to ask a question, and
okay.
then the person who answers the question based on something you've said here tonight.
My first question, or my question, is simply this. What are the 3 things you must train in order for you to have optimal health?
Your craft, your mind, and your physical.
Oh, you're going to share the book? Come up,
Craft,
Garfield.
mind, body. You got it.
Yeah. Craft, mind, and body. Show the book, show the book, show the book. I love it, I love it. We have one more of the same book.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a different book. But it's also by Dr. Spence.
So this one is entitled Exceed Yourself. And I guess it's part of exceeding yourself. You can look like Mr. GQ here, the fellow on the cover. So my question is, what is it that causes meat to putrefy in our colon?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I repeat, what is it, from what I said, that causes meat to putrefy or rot in our colon?
Yeah, we heard it from
we have
Charlie over
yes.
here.
So Charles,
Charlie?
it is the length of the
Charles.
intestines. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to wrap up the show. Lady and gentlemen, you have given us a wealth of information here today. And I'm hoping that our audience and our viewing audience will have some takeaways from all that you have said. So before we go, I want you to just give one closing remark to somebody who is watching. Maybe they want to get on board with some exercises or something encouraging to our viewing audience and our in-studio audience. We can start with you, Dr. Spence.
As a man thinketh, so is he.
Oh.
Therefore, it's important for you to guard the avenues of your soul, guard your mind, take care of your mental health.
Right. All right. So see me. Thank you so much. Garfield?
Everyone here, and a lot of our audience, it's female. Some of you are already glowing, but if you really want to glow,
More.
yes, because your body is getting all of the right nutrients and getting them in surplus so it gets all the way out to your skin. Move as quickly and as far as possible towards a diet of whole plant foods. And you can speak with me. This is not my day job, so I don't have any consultation fees or anything.
Okay.
I am doing this. I can't preach the gospel, but I can help you with this.
All right. Thank you so much, Garfield. Joelle.
Yeah, exercise will benefit us at any age. It's not too late to start, and the benefits in terms of our physical well-being and our mental well-being, it's astonishing. And so arm yourself with resources, and so you can live your best life possible.
There you have it. 3 people, 3 professionals telling us how we can go about and live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. I think that's the key word right there. Balanced lifestyle. If you watch this show and you like this conversation, like it, subscribe, share with a friend. And as always, we want to hear from you. Let's hear your story. So until next time, we are going to say bye-bye from Uncovering My Voice. Bye.